Right, shall we take it from Act 2?
Yep. Whatever. Sure.
Now, to minor matters. Are your parents living?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I'd lost my parents. Though it'd be nearer to the truth to say that my parents lost me. I don't quite know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
The late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of a very charitable and kindly disposition, found me, and gave me the name of Worthing, because he happened to have a first-class ticket to Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
And where did the charitable gentleman with a first-class ticket to the seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, a somewhat large black leather handbag with handles to it. Quite an ordinary handbag, in fact.
You don't mean to say Gwendolyn refused you? Oh, I know it is a way she has. She is always refusing people. Oh, I think it is most ill-natured of her. What's wrong?
What do you think?
Tell me.
No, Lexi, why don't you try to figure this out?
I got the right line.
Did you?
Yeah, it's the right line. Definitely. You don't mean to...
It's the right line.
What then?
Take a look at me and just think for a minute. Am I alone?
Alone in what sense?
You're a twat, Lexi!
George, you shouldn't call her that.
I'm with her. I'm in the middle of the scene and I'm still talking.
It's aggressive language. Do you know what that is? It's verbal bullying.
So obviously you've come on a page too early.
It's inappropriate behavior.
What are you going on about, Rose?
You called her a twat.
She is a twat. She came on a page too early.
I come on at the end of the scene with Lady Bracknell.
And that's exactly the point I'm trying to make. I mean, it's obvious that I'm still talking to Lady Bracknell. I mean, there she is. She's sitting right there.
The line is immaterial, Mr. Worthing.
Not now, Rose. Weren't you listening?
Do you want the honest truth
You
here?
weren't listening.
I was listening after a fashion, but I wasn't really following. I was what you might call half listening.
Half listening. Am I half stupid or are you doing this on purpose?
You're getting very worked up about this.
Have you got something against me?
No.
Because if you have, you can tell me.
I've got nothing against you, George.
Would you have preferred someone else to be the director?
I can't think of a better director.
Good. And as director, can I remind you that we're going to be performing this play in front of a real live audience 1 week from now. We've got the stage, we've got the seats, and we've sold the tickets.
Well, we haven't sold the tickets.
All right, well, we've given the tickets away and they've said they'll come. That's practically the same thing, right? Besides, they're expecting to see a show, and it's like you set out deliberately to sabotage it.
I came on a few lines early. My attention was wandering. That's all. Specs should have told me. He normally gives me my cue.
He normally gives me my cue.
And so far as anything about Specs is normal, yes.
And where was Specs?
He was there. He was there.
What was he doing?
He was doing what he always does. At least when the lights are on. He was reading. He had his head in a book. Let's just say that.
Which book? The book of the play?
Obviously.
He was reading the lines.
Yes.
Did he know what was going on?
I suppose so. Why don't you just ask him?
I will ask him. In fact, I'll ask him right now. Specs!
He's not coming.
Give him time.
Ugh, we could be here all week.
Just be patient.
He's not moving.
He's got slow reactions.
Well, it's your rehearsal, but I should just point out that at this rate, we're not even going to make it to the next scene.
Specs! Will you get out? Here, please.
Yes, George.
George, look at him! You frightened him? He's shaking like a leaf.
None of the leaves in this place ever shake.
That's because they're made out of plastic. It's a health and safety measure.
I've never felt healthy here, or particularly safe.
Come here, Specs. I'll look after you.
Physical contact isn't allowed.
No. I'm offering him proximity. It's not the same thing.
Listen to me, Specs. None of us are going to hurt you. But just answer one question for me. Are you looking after Lexi?
Yes.
But you didn't give her her cue.
No.
Why didn't you give her her cue?
Because it wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right time. That's a good answer. In fact, that's the right answer. Specs didn't give you your cue because it wasn't the right time. Oh my god. So why are you trying to blame him?
I'm not trying to blame anyone.
Specs knows what he's doing. He's been here longer than any of us, and you just have to trust him.
I do trust him.
You think he's dysfunctional?
No, I never said that.
He is dysfunctional. I mean, look at him. He's even got a certificate to prove it. But there's one thing for sure, and that's that Specs is body and soul behind this play. Aren't you, Specs?
Yes, George.
Out of interest, and with all due respect, why did you choose him to be the prompter?
I didn't choose him. He volunteered. Please, I'm not that dumb. Right then, shall we take it from the top?
Do we have to?
Fine, we'll take it from the middle.
Suppose we take it from where we left off?
Wait.
What is it now, Rose?
Can I ask you something?
Can it wait?
No, it's something I don't understand.
Fine.
It's about this handbag.
The handbag.
Yes.
What about it?
I was wondering how big it was. I mean, how would you fit in?
Well, it was a big handbag, because in those days, women had big handbags.
When was that?
I don't know when the play was written. Just ask Specs.
Specs?
18, 90,
What was that? It doesn't matter when the play was written. It was a long time ago.
And it's by Oscar Wilde.
That's right.
He was Irish, and he was queer.
He wasn't queer. He was gay. And there's nothing wrong with that.
His name was Oscar Wilde, and he liked boys. What am I supposed to call him?
A homosexual. From the Greek.
From the Greek what? What he did, or what he called it?
both.
Well, you still haven't answered my question. I don't understand how you'd fit into the handbag, no matter how big it was. Suppose if it were a suitcase.
What?
Even then, they wouldn't be able to carry you.
Rose, you haven't understood a single word of this play, have you?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. When I'm found in the handbag, I'm not big. I'm small. I'm a baby, and that's the whole point.
A baby.
Yeah.
Was the handbag done up?
I don't know.
Because if it was, it could be very dangerous. You could suffocate.
That's true.
Well, obviously I haven't suffocated, because if I had suffocated, I wouldn't be here. And there wouldn't be this hilarious play.
Even so, it would be such an awful thing to do. To put a baby to a handbag, to seal it up, to leave it in the dark. It would be so scared, and it wouldn't be able to breathe. How could anyone do that?
It's a comedy.
Well,
Oh, for Christ's sakes, George!
Irene.
I have been waiting all day. I've just been sitting there waiting.
She's angry.
I'm angry.
you're not meant to be angry, Irene. That's why they send us to anger management.
Actually, anger management really pisses me off. You need anger to live in this place.
What's wrong with this place? I mean, I like it here.
No, Rose, you only think that you like it.
It's the same thing.
What?
Thinking you like it and liking it. I mean, what's the difference?
The difference is that it's a hallucination.
Well, then, I like the hallucination. I mean, what's not to like about this place?
I'll tell you what I hate about this place. They're trying to patch us together with their medicine and their methods, but I won't let them do that to me.
You like being a total screw-up.
Screw you, Kinsey!
Irene, I don't like that sort of language. It's wrong.
If you're so clever, how do you end up here? How do you even end up being called Kinsey? It's not your name.
It is my name.
Not the one you were born with, not the one your parents gave you.
I lost my parents.
You mean they lost you and as quickly as they could?
Irene! Let's just get back to the play.
We were talking about the handbag.
That's right. Rose, you had an interesting point.
Thank you. I mean, I can't see why it can't just be plastic.
It was an interesting point, Rose. But if the bag was made out of plastic, the baby wouldn't be able to breathe. Its little lips would get stuck to the side of the bag, and it would choke and die. It has to be leather, all right?
You know, the more I think about it, the more I wonder if this is the right play.
That's because you don't understand the plot.
So maybe you can help me.
I've already done that. I've told you several times.
You didn't tell me what happens at the end.
What?
The end. What happens at the end?
Why are you asking that?
Because I want to know.
But you've never asked before.
I'm asking now.
You know perfectly well that we don't know what happens at the end. We lost a few pages.
We've lost some pages?
Yeah.
How many pages?
Act 3.
We don't have Act 3?
Nope.
None of it?
Nope.
Shit.
I thought I ended it abruptly.
So what happened to Act 3, George?
It fell out. When the guards took out the staples, some of the pages fell out.
Quite a lot of pages.
Yes, shitload, you stupid bastard!
So what happened to the pages?
Well, we tried to look for them, but we couldn't quite find them.
Doesn't that somewhat defeat the purpose?
No, it doesn't actually. Oscar Wilde didn't work that way. He just wanted you to have a good time, because when you're having a good time, and we all know this, you don't want it to end.
Well, I think they all lived happily ever after. I mean, they got married, they got their own place, and they got a job.
And they go down to the bar Friday nights, get smashed, get into bar fights, and puke all over the curb.
It sounds lovely.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I wonder if this is the right play. I mean, think of the audience. What are we gonna do when halfway through?
2/3.
2/3 of the way through, we just stop.
Well, they'll forgive us, right?
That'll make a change.
The play is an antique, George. The jokes don't work. It's missing half the pages, and it was written by a perv.
Anything else?
Well, yes. Since you mention it, I don't think it's relevant.
Relevant? Who says it has to be relevant?
Well, it might help. It might make the experience more enjoyable. So tell me, George, your starter for 10. The importance of being earnest. What's the connection to us?
That's a good point.
Because I'll tell you something. It certainly isn't marriages and girls called Gwendolyn and handbags and cucumber sandwiches.
It's a rubbish play. If I met someone like Gwendolyn, I'd want to nut her.
You shouldn't say that.
Gwendolyn makes me want to throw up. I'd have killed her just for her name.
Well, anyway, what's London like? I mean, that's where the play was set, wasn't it?
London?
Yeah.
It's big.
And it's got pigeons. And the Millennium Wheel. I love to go on the Millennium Wheel.
What's the point of the stupid Millennium Wheel? It'll only take you back where you started.
I was laboring under the mistaken belief that the streets of London would be lined with gold. But they weren't. The streets of London were lined with creeps and weirdos.
Where did you sleep?
That was difficult. I was only 18 and the police were always moving you on. In the end, I found a place near Victoria Station.
Victoria Station. Well. Maybe there's a connection after all.
The handbag! It was found in a cloakroom at Victoria Station.
I got to know the station very well after I came to London. I was found by a great many gentlemen of a kind and charitable disposition, and many of them did indeed take me to the cloakroom.
You don't want to know about it.
I do.
It's not relevant.
It's the play that's not relevant, George. I vote we don't do it.
What?
Let's take a vote on it. I say we junk it.
But we've been working on it for months.
I don't care. I think she's right.
We can't have a vote. Half the cast isn't even here.
That's their vote, George. They're not here because all in all, they'd prefer to be on medication. That's their commitment.
We're all committed.
That's right. If we had a vote, I'd win, because I want to do it. Rose wants to do it. Kinsey wants to do it. And even Specs, wherever he is. Specs even wants to do it.
I don't want to do it.
That just leaves 2 of you.
Specs doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he does.
Then let's hear him say
You
it.
want to hear him say it?
Yes.
Specs!
Here we go again.
Anyone up for a game of Scrabble while we're waiting?
I hate Scrabble.
Aren't you, Zoe?
Yes, George.
Specs, you should answer one question for me. Do you want to do this play?
Yes.
There you are.
You haven't thought this through, George. It's a terrible play. No, it's a horrible play. We're all going to make complete idiots of
Oh,
ourselves.
Lexi, you're the one who doesn't see it. When it's done properly, it's a brilliant play. I mean, it's hilarious.
When it's done properly.
That's what we're working towards. I can show you. I can show you. Alright. Do it, Specs.
Me?
Yeah, show them how the play goes. Sit around and watch them do it.
Here is Ernest, my own love. A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you to be engaged with this young lady? Of course not. What could have put such an idea in your pretty little head? Oh, thank you. You may. I felt like there was some slight error, Miss Cardew. The man you are now embracing is my cousin, Mr. Ogron Moncrief. Oh. Is your name really Olgaron? I cannot deny it. Oh, is your name really John? I can deny it if I want. I can deny anything if I like, but my name certainly is John. It's been John for years. A gross deception has been played on both of us. My sweet wrongs, Cicely. My sweet wrongs, Gwendolyn. You will call me sister, will you not?
There you are. Specs is astonishing. He's a virtuoso.
Maybe he should do it as a one-man show.
Don't you start, Kinsey.
No, George, this is all your idea. I did it because you told me to.
It's not true. It's not me. I'd never do that.
You made the decision, George.
No.
Well, I've changed my mind. I'm voting against it.
That's it. It's a draw, 3 against 3. I'm going to bed.
No, wait, just wait. What do you want, Kinsey?
Well, I wouldn't have minded a decent part for the start. I'm the butler. I bring on the muffins and the cucumber sandwiches. And they don't even exist. It's embarrassing.
It's the whole point. They're meant to be imaginary. It's all part of the drama, and you just need to calm down.
Are they in little triangles?
Rose.
Or little squares?
You see what I mean? This is total bullshit.
I'm with her there. That's it then? 3 against 3, that's not good enough.
The end. Curtain.